Guys, it's Brit. Tonight we're here to talk about some really deplorable behavior that I saw over on TikTok, and it ties in with some of the things that I talk about here on my channel, but I did have some thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I came across this random TikTok, and there's a trend going around right now of people using the teenage filter, and a lot of the videos are super heartfelt just because it's not older people wanting to look young, it's just older people kind of seeing this prior version of themselves, even if they don't look exactly like they did when they were a teenager. It's them sort of seeing this reflection and being able to look back on how much time has passed since they were a teen. And I will put a couple of examples in just for reference, but you can just see the emotions on people's face when they're looking at this, what is supposed to be a younger version of themselves. Well, this TikToker, her name is Jessie, her username is Away From The City 1. She went ahead and did the teenage filter as well.
I was born March 22nd, 1989, and there's a new filter, teenage look. Well, I still get ID'd every time I get out, so let's see what I would look like 10 years younger. Yeah, I look like I'm 12. That's probably why I still get ID'd.
And of course, some nasty people got a hold of it and decided to stitch it. This one guy, who his username is Beer Geek Gaming, went ahead and stitched her video. His name is Tim. And Tim decided to be a complete jerk to Jessie.
I was born March 22nd, 1989, and there's a new...
I'm 3 years older than this lady. If this isn't your signal to go buy sunscreen and moisturizer, I don't know what it is.
I was born March 22nd, 1989.
No, you were not.
If you're not able to react to someone's video without making crude comments about the way that they look, I think that you are giving the cheapest and laziest version of content that you can put out there. Why not just leave it alone? If you have nothing else to say aside from, oh, you should wear some SPF, oh, you need to wear moisturizer, oh, this should be your sign to do your skincare, or you might look like this lady. It is so hurtful and cruel to not only the person whose video you're reacting to, but also other people that are trying to work their way through the aging process themselves. Some people age at a certain pace, others might, quote, look young in their 40s or 50s, and some people in their 30s might look like they're 45. At the end of the day, who cares? Are you here to talk about something problematic that she did? Is she being toxic? Is she a racist? Or are you literally just here to pick on how she looks? Now, the best part of all of this is some of the men who decided to stitch her video and poke fun at the way that she looks and try to claim that she's lying and that's not really how she looks, and she's lying about her age and all of this hoopla that they wanted to go off about. I saw a few videos where the men have filters on. The men have beauty filters on, which y'all already know how I feel about filters. Do a filter. Have fun with it. Don't use it to falsely advertise. And in this situation, you're falsely advertising so that you can put yourself up on a pedestal so that you can drag this woman, Jessie, for the way that she looks. Again, the cheapest and laziest version of content making is bullying others on the internet for the way that they look. I will not change my mind on that, ever. In my opinion, his video was completely unnecessary, extremely cruel, and did nothing to add anything to the internet aside from toxicity, and people were calling him out in the comments. There were some people who were siding with him and appreciating his bullying and having a good laugh at it, just like the internet functions. Some people on the internet like this kind of content. I don't, and I have a channel where I talk about my opinions, and that's why we're talking about this today. But there were so many people calling him out in the comments for not only being a jerk unnecessarily, but also the fact that he had the beauty filter on. So he went ahead and responded to a comment and showed another video where he supposedly didn't have a filter on. In my opinion, there are so many apps outside of TikTok where you can put a beauty filter on. It wouldn't be something that I would not even consider that he just made a video in a different app to alter the video, because in my opinion, this video, the second one that he put out, he still has a filter on. And it's pretty easy to be able to pick out a filter on a video once you've spent some time online. Then he also went ahead and did another one where he has this filter on that is supposed to make him look old, where he has these wrinkles and it's this dramatic thing. So he's, thinking that he's being quirky. But this whole thing really reminded everybody of how not to behave online. And I was so happy to see so many different people. Mama Tot came to her defense and left her a nice comment. Other people that I follow on TikTok came over and left her a nice comment.
Hey guys, I also wanted to add in here that he did reach out to Jessie and see if she wanted the video to come down, and allegedly it looks like they had a good conversation, but in my opinion the video should have never been made and it should have certainly been taken down. It was just completely unnecessary, and I still stand by that. I was glad to see that he contacted her, but some people also don't know how to say, I want the video taken down. It might have just been an uncomfortable request of her to make, but I still wanted to add the update here.
It's just the pure ageism and unnecessary picking on how somebody looks. If you wear your SPF and you wear your moisturizer and you're happy with that, fine. But you don't need to find someone's video, stitch it, and bully them on TikTok. I think it is so disgusting how quickly people will just come out of the woodwork and decide that they're going to be a jerk. I think we're also in this culture where ageism is very alive and well, and I've talked about ageism a little bit on my channel before, but we're in this period of time where you can't be, to a lot of people, it's like, oh, well, you can't be popular and you can't be a social media creator and you can't be an influencer if you're over X age. I just think that it's completely ridiculous. In my opinion, if I was picking an influencer or a YouTuber to watch, I would rather watch or take advice or take a piece of wisdom from somebody that was over the age of 50 than I would from someone who's in their early 20s, because they have so much more life experience, and they're also usually, not all the time, but a lot of times they're able to have a more elevated conversation, and a lot of the things that are talked about online are, important. We're talking about important issues, especially within like commentary space and, some of these people on TikTok that are like calling out, people treating each other badly and all of this kind of stuff. They're able to elevate the conversation and have a more in-depth discussion without doing what this guy did and a couple of other people did to this woman. She did nothing wrong. She was using this filter because it's a trend, and you decided to pick on her because it made you feel like a big bad man. And in fact, it made him look very dumb. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is that aging is a blessing. I've had people in my life who have passed at a very young age. for miscellaneous reasons. Not everybody gets to see what they look like when they're older and they have imperfect skin tone or some, lines on their forehead or whatever it is. They don't get to see that older version of themselves. That is a blessing and it's not guaranteed. I just don't understand why it would cross somebody's mind to randomly jump on a channel who was literally just existing. That's all she was doing. Just so that you could make yourself feel better. And it's always really interesting to me too, because a lot of times with people like him, he was called out in the comments, and instead of just saying it was unnecessary and it was mean and I'm sorry, moving on, put out the apology, just face the music. It is so difficult for people who, you can't twist the narrative here. It was hurtful, unnecessary, and cruel. And instead of just fessing up and saying, I shouldn't have done that, take the L, move on. He wants to double down and be snarky and put on different filters and then come on and say that he's not wearing a filter on the video when, in my opinion, allegedly, it's very obvious that he still had a filter on. I don't personally believe that we will ever get to a point where the internet is a bully-free zone, but I do hope that more situations like this arise where when people are being hurtful and unnecessary and just picking on other people, that people speak up and call it out and have a conversation about it. Because this type of behavior creates this toxic cesspool that is TikTok or Twitter or YouTube or Instagram. It doesn't matter. This exists on all platforms and it should be called out. It should be talked about. And I don't think that anybody should be accepting this low blow, lazy BS as a reaction or an opinion or something like that. It was not necessary at all, and I won't change my mind on that. But either way, I saw that and it just upset me, and I feel like it ties to other things that I talk about, so I wanted to bring it to you guys. Did you see this stitch? It definitely got a lot of attention over on TikTok, and it has a lot of people talking for good reason. And I'm glad that the guy was called out. I think that these things should be called out, and I hope to see more of it. So either way, that's going to be it for now. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.